Democrats unveil an economic plan with the tagline, a better deal, better skills, better jobs, better wages. They say it will help them focus on the economy. But even some liberals already criticizing the tagline. So can Democrats really turn this into a winning message? Here to debate, Democratic strategist Steve Lesser and former national spokesperson for the Trump campaign, Katrina Pearson. Good morning to both of you. Steve, I want to start with you. The frustration among some Democrats seems to be with some of the Bernie Sanders supporters who say that this is sort of not enough.
Well, one of his advisors actually said that she liked the approach, the focus on sort of these progressive economic messages that the Democrats, have always had, but seemed to get lost in the shuffle when, we got into the nitty-gritty of the 2016 campaign and people were focusing on Trump and how bad we Democrats thought he was and things like that. And that didn't end up being a winning message for us. And
in fact, Katrina, it seems like everything has been resist for 6 months. Are you concerned at all as a supporter of the president that Democrats may finally find a message here?
No, I'm not concerned at all, Ed, because there's no question that the Democrats need to rebrand, particularly after the spanking they received in November. But I don't think that copying an American pizza chain is the answer to that, because what they're actually doing by saying better jobs, better wages, better future, etc., is saying that the last 8 years of Obama's administration have failed the working public. And in fact, they've taken it further because President Trump is already doing wonderful things with the economy. So who wants better when they have the best?
Steve, you're laughing. I want to get you to react to Katrina, but first I want to point out she's referring to this comparison to the Papa John's ads, that this is kind of a goofy slogan. And then more substantive, Chuck Schumer, the Senate Democratic leader, said over the weekend in the Washington Post, quote, when you lose to somebody who has 40% popularity, you don't blame other things, Comey, Russia, you blame yourself. So what did we do wrong? People didn't know what we stood for, just that we were against Trump and still believe that. Steve, how can your party leaders say that now when people like Chuck Schumer have been blaming Comey and Russia for the election loss month after month?
I don't think it's a contradiction. I think that any time that your organization, political, business, whatever, has a failure like we had in the election, you have to have the leaders of that organization take some measure of the blame. They can't shift all the blame away. That doesn't mean that some of these other things didn't play a role. I mean, the entire intelligence community believes that Russia tried to influence our election, so I don't think that's completely off base to suggest that. But what Katrina is saying, look, we had eight years of really good economic growth under President Obama. Trump has really done nothing to affect that. The trajectory is still the same as it was pretty much from March of 2009. And I think the Democrats' message is, if you elect us, we'll continue to do that. And we'll see if that resonates with the American people. But the key is, we're not just Trump is bad. And if you want to make fun of our slogan, that's great. It's free publicity. And I think in a case like this, any publicity is good publicity.
Better wages. Better than what? Yeah. This is 8 years of Barack Obama's policies. And President Trump's only been in office for 6 months. So what are you guys talking about that's supposed to be better? And when we look at what President Trump has done in the last 6 months, the stock market has been very positive. He's already signed executive orders for apprenticeships, which is something that Chuck Schumer himself said was going to be a part of the new Democrat policy. Not to mention fighting back on illegal immigration, which does suppress wages in many areas. President Trump is already on the road to making America great again, which will always be the best political slogan that will go down in U.S. history.
Yeah, we're not concentrating on President Trump. Whatever President Trump has been doing has got himself a 35% approval level. We don't think that we have to worry about going against him. We just have to worry about our core message, the things that Democrats have always stood for. That's going to work for us.
Steve Lesser, Katrina Pearson, appreciate you coming in this morning. What do you think about the Democrats' new slogan and their new messaging? Send us an email, friends@foxnews.com.